Hey, welcome. Have you ever poured a glass of a really complex whiskey, and then maybe a super crisp vodka, and just thought, how can these be so different? I mean, they both start out pretty much the same way, but somewhere along the line, a single choice sends them down two totally different paths. Today, we're diving into that choice, the two paths to creating the perfect spirit.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Every single distiller, doesn't matter what they're making, faces this one fundamental problem. You've got this fermented liquid, right? It's basically a big soup of alcohol, water, and other stuff. The whole job is to figure out how to get the good part, the alcohol, away from the water.
So, how in the world do they do it? You know, it's not magic, even though it sometimes tastes like it. It's actually a beautifully simple piece of science. The secret is,
It's all about temperature. See, alcohol and water have different boiling points. Alcohol gets way more excited by heat. It turns into vapor at a much lower temperature than water does. So if you heat that mixture just right, the alcohol starts to float away as vapor first. All you have to do then is capture that vapor, cool it down so it turns back into a liquid, and boom, that's distillation.
okay, quick gut check, just to make sure we've got this locked in. Why do those first vapors have more alcohol in them? Yep, you got it. It's because of its lower boiling point. The alcohol just can't wait to get out of there. It's as simple as that.
All right, so now that we've nailed the basic science, we get to the real heart of the story, a fork in the road. And this isn't just about picking one machine over another. No, this is a choice between two completely different philosophies of what a spirit should even be. And here they are, those two paths. On one side, you have the artisan's craft. This path is all about preserving the character, the flavor, the very soul of what you started with. And on the other side, the innovator's engine, which is all about efficiency and the relentless pursuit of absolute purity.
So, let's head down path one first, the artisan's craft. This is the world of tradition, of nuance, where the whole goal is to make a spirit that has depth, a ton of complexity, and, well, a story to tell.
And this beautiful thing is the machine that makes it all happen, the iconic copper pot still. I mean, just look at it. It's like a sculpture. These stills work using what's called a batch process. That means you distill one big batch, stop, clean the whole thing out, and then you start the entire process all over again.
So here's how that batch process actually works. First, the wash, that fermented liquid, gets heated up. The vapor, which is rich in alcohol, rises up through that gorgeous swan's neck. Then it gets cooled and condenses into a liquid they call low wines. But we're not done yet. This stuff is usually distilled a second time to really refine the spirit and capture what distillers call the heart. That's the absolute best, most desirable part of the whole run.
Now here's the most important part, the real key to understanding this. A pot still is, frankly, not very efficient at separating pure alcohol from everything else. But that inefficiency, well, that's its greatest strength. It's its superpower. It allows all these other flavor compounds called congeners to hitch a ride with the alcohol, and that's what gives the final spirit its unique, amazing character.
And what's the result of embracing all that beautiful inefficiency? You get these incredible flavor-packed dark spirits. Think of the smoky notes in a scotch, the deep fruitiness of a good brandy, or that rich molasses character in a dark rum. All of that is thanks to the character that the pot still so carefully preserves.
Okay, let's switch gears and walk down the other path, the innovator's engine. This is a world of industrial design, of non-stop efficiency, all focused on one thing, engineering the purest spirit humanly possible.
And this is the column still. It really looks the part, doesn't it? A tall, gleaming tower of industrial might. Now, unlike the pot still, this machine is built for continuous distillation. It's a workhorse. It can run 24/7, just churning out spirit without ever having to stop.
So, let's peek inside this engine. It's a bit more complex for sure, but the idea is just ingenious. The wash trickles down through a whole series of plates inside these columns. At the exact same time, hot steam is being pushed up from the bottom. Every single one of those plates acts like its own tiny distillation, stripping away more and more of the water and impurities, making the alcohol vapor purer and purer as it gets to the top.
The end result of this hyper-efficient process is a spirit that is incredibly high-proof. We're talking up to 96% pure alcohol. And in doing that, it strips out almost all of those flavorful congenitors we were talking about earlier. The goal here isn't character, it's to create a perfectly clean, neutral canvas.
And that neutral canvas? It's the perfect starting point for the world's most popular light spirits. I mean, for vodka, that absolute purity is the whole point. For gin, you need that clean base so the flavors of botanicals like juniper can really pop. And it's the same foundation for most of the white rums and tequilas you see out there.
So, there you have it. The two fundamental choices facing every distiller. Do you take the path of the artisan, embracing a little bit of an efficiency to capture all that amazing character? Or do you take the path of the innovator, engineering a machine for the ultimate pursuit of purity?
All right, you've been paying attention, right? Let's have a little fun and put that knowledge to the test. It's time for a quick round of Match the Still to the Spirit.
Okay, have a look at these three. First up, Maker's Mark. With that rich, complex flavor, that is a textbook pot still spirit for sure. Next, Hendrick's Gin. To let all those delicate botanicals shine, you need a clean base from a column still. And last but not least, Tullamore Dew. This one's a trick question. It's actually both. It's a really smart blend of that character-rich pot still whiskey and the smooth column still whiskey to create its own unique style.
And this right here, this slide just sums it all up perfectly. On the left, you've got the pot still, a slow batch process that uses its so-called inefficiency to create character and complexity. And on the right, the column still, a continuous, super efficient engine designed for one thing, purity and neutrality. Two completely different philosophies leading to two very different destinies in your glass.
So when you look at a wall of spirits like this, you're not just looking at a bunch of different bottles. What you're really seeing is a palette of choices. You're seeing the result of that one fundamental decision every distiller had to make: which path to take.
And I really want to leave you with this idea. The choice of a still, it's not really about old versus new or even good versus bad. It's a choice of philosophy. It's a commitment by the distiller. Are they committed to preserving the very character of their ingredients, or are they committed to the elegant scientific pursuit of absolute purity? So, the next time you pour a drink, take a second and really look at it. Ask yourself, am I tasting the deliberate, character-filled work of the artisan's craft, or am I tasting the clean, precise result of the innovator's engine? The answer is right there in your glass. Thanks for joining me.